Here's our takeaways. Number one, know your real average gift, not the inflated one. Pull the trimmed average. It's just an important number to have and know. If you're on BetterUnite, it's actually on your dashboard. You go to the event analysis report. As a matter of fact, every metric that I've actually talked about so far and everything you're going to see in the benchmark report, those are in your BetterUnite account. If you're a user, a BetterUnite user, in the event analysis report, you'll have that for all of these metrics for each one of your events on a per event basis. And so if you haven't looked at that report recently, go pull it after this webinar. It's a new section that we've added. If you're on another platform, then just take your donor list, cut the top 10%, the bottom 10%, and recalculate it. That middle number is the one that tells you how your broad base is performing, the generosity of everybody in the room. That's a number that, whether or not you report it to your board, know it, understand it, and take action on it. Number two, redesign your paddle raise before you touch anything else. This is the highest ROI of anything that I think we can do today. Look at the participation rate from your last event. If it's under 5%, there's likely some structural changes that you need to make. I don't know if it's like adjusting your giving levels based on the capacity that you saw at last year's event, talking to some of your higher level donors in advance, creating a match. Matches can be very, very inspiring, and they certainly get the energy of an auctioneer or an MC up. What else did I have here? You can look at the timing of your paddle raise. Where did you place it? We have another wonderful webinar that's on a session that happened earlier this spring, both on the podcast and the webinar listing with Matt Newsom, called the Run of Show That Raises More Dough. I can remember that one because I loved it. And he talks about where to place the paddle raise within your run of show. So take a look at that. Give a try to something new if your number's at or below 5%. Remember that what we saw in the aggregated data was that paddle raise was responsible for about 11% of all that number. So getting close to that is where we want to be. And it's honestly probably one of those big fixes that can you'll really see a really big return for that one. Number three, build a returning donor strategy and an acquisition strategy. I think a lot of events default to just paying attention to donor acquisition. We really have two jobs, and we need to pay equal attention to both and not short shrift one. Pull a list of everybody who gave at your last event and then segment them into first-time donors and returning donors. The returning donors should be getting personal outreach between now and your fall event. The first-time donors should also be getting at least 3 meaningful touches, not asks, just informational touches before they get another invitation. Number 4, audit your revenue mix and take out what isn't working. If the silent auction generated less than 5% of your total revenue last time, have an honest conversation with your committee, your board, your event planner, whomever it is, about whether the effort is worth the return. And then see about if, or at least practice the exercise of what would happen if we took the energy, time, hours, effort that the silent auction all told, all the way through delivery of every item, that takes, and we directed that energy into sponsorships, paddle raise, direct donation opportunities. What could we accomplish? Just take a look. And then number 5, identify your top almost 10% donors. So we talked about, got your 10% donors that are honestly supporting 96%, I believe was at it. I forgot the number already, but top 10% of your donors they're at the $9,000, almost $10,000 per donor. And then everyone else is averaging about $240. We really want to see who could we nudge up into our top 10%. The people that are in your 10% to 20% mix, look at those donors just below the top tier. The ones that gave $500 or $1,000, but they might have capacity and enough connection to your mission to increase their gift and double it, often triple it in that even very first year. And when you look at those donors, think about them and then build a very specific and very intentional cultivation campaign effort, whatever it is that you call it, for at a minimum 5 or 10 of those people between now and your fall event. That's my challenge to you. I really think that that's where your growth and some really wonderful return is.